Randell Clifford means, born January 3rd, 1985. Today is the Super Bowl Sunday. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And my focus on this conversation today for my daily journal pertains to Tesla and Elon Musk, pertains to LIVINGSTON International, based out of Toronto, Canada, the largest brokerage in the world, and illegal port codes with American enemies, including Syria and Honduras, as well as brief synopsis of U.S. ecology corporate merger. So to begin the story, I led a corporate merger with Columbia Pipeline Group and TransCanada NiSource at U.S. Ecology as a contract support accountant in 2019. Only, started from scratch, no training, no nothing. Probably did 400 to 500 contracts per month. That led to a corporate merger with NRC, with U.S. Ecology, making it the largest environmental waste corporation in the world, also dealing with oil and gas. In October 2019, Saudi Arabia was bombed with 30 drones. We don't know from where, supposedly Iran, whatever. And those 30 drones were $10,000 a piece. $300,000 wiped out $15 trillion overnight in the world economy. And that's why we have this situation now where they want to have electric as well as hybrids, because it's not about what people want to drive. It's protecting countries' interests or also security if another situation like that happens again before COVID hit. So then November 2019, China started saying they were going to extradite billionaires and diplomats from Hong Kong for pretty much execution. And it ended up happening. There was riots over in China, left and right. Elon had his factories, his tremendous amount of factories in China at that time period, including Hong Kong. And this is where I get with LIVINGSTON International. Wasn't until 2021 I became a customer release analyst for LIVINGSTON International. Security clearance, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. They're the broker for many corporations, but also for GM as well as their number one customer, Tesla. I was hired in with about 40 people, or 30 people, and only myself and an older Caucasian lady lasted. She came from the plants after 1 month or 2 months. No one else could do the Tesla shipments, whether based in Canada or myself or in California. When he was moving all his operations out of California to Texas, I was shipping all his stuff from California to Texas, as well as doing his emergency freights to Hong Kong at that time period. But what was interesting was the port codes. The port codes, which I took and put it on Twitter before I resigned, because I was working 6 days a week. Ambassador Bridge was shut down by the Teamsters. I used to be a Teamster, a chemical process engineer technician. I'm clearing 40 shipments a day for LIVINGSTON International globally, and including a lot of Tesla's shipments. And I felt, for my career, it was very risky at that time period. And I made the right decision because, 2 years or a year later, 2022 or 2023, Canada had that huge forest fire throughout the whole country that knocked out their resources and their wealth. And basically, I asked Alex Mills, the supervisor, hey man, I'm working 6 days a week and I'm doing 40 shipments a day. I'm getting you guys 95 to 97% clearance rates globally, including the U.S., including China and Hong Kong. I need a vacation. I got my child on the way. This is too much. And I was working remotely. He was like, no. And I was like, I'll have to resign if I can't get a vacation. He said, well, I accept your resignation. Send the computer back to the office. We'll have a UPS pick it up. That was it. And I took those port codes for my safety and put it on Twitter. Before Elon Musk acquired it, ironically, because those port codes were on my first account I had on there before I got my second account, and they're still on there. But also I put Tiffany Trump, Donald Trump's youngest daughter, that went to UPenn with Stacy Smith, that went to Country Day in Michigan, who was my good friend from Word of Faith International Christian Church. Basically, I sent it to her first and only page on Facebook back then, and that's how I was able to retrieve my files of the port codes, the illegal port codes that Canada had. Tons of them, but the biggest ones was Syria, and this is 2025, and also Honduras. which is American enemies. And we see how this is going now. So that's my 2 cents for my connections to Livingston International, to Elon Musk and Tesla, and personally U.S. ecology. And every day is a good day. Every day above ground is a good day and a blessing. And career keeps going on.